Hello and welcome to another episode of A Noob Plays AoE, and you may have just seen my first mistake there. Two houses straight together, and then for some reason I turned to go back to the TC. I've got a very special game for you here, folks. It's 2v2v2, it's 8 players, to me and you, on a large map. You can see the players there. It's standard map, Arabia, and me and my teammate have gone Goths and Japanese. Pretty much against the meta, I'd say, as they are infantry civs, and Arabia tends to favour rather the more mobile civilizations. Um, but what our thinking behind that is that Japanese got good spears, Goths good infantry, and my friend really likes Goths anyway. So yeah, here we go. So starting off, we'll have a look at we'll go from top to bottom. So red, strong player. He's already on 8 bills. He's got 2-3 sheep. He's obviously scouted with that sheep there. Spotted his boar. Let's go to yellow. Is his teammate? Very similar kind of setup there. And we'll go to green now, who's currently top score. Very similar again. And very similar again from orange. Let's see. We've got some Vil idle time for teal? Turquoise? I don't know. We'll call him turquoise. And finally grey, Fehu, like the name. Okay, here we go. We've got 2 boar there. And he's got 10 bills on food. I think that's quite unorthodox, I think. Let's go back to me, see if I've made any more mistakes. So I've found an extra sheep. Extra 2 sheep now. I remember struggling in this game. Let's go have a look at my ally as well. Ooh, not sure about those house placements. He's got 2 sheep waiting outside the TC. And he's found another 2 sheep. That's good. Let's speed it up a little, because, you know, the openings can be quite boring. So as we speed it up, you see me going through a mill. I spotted that boar, knew it was there, and bam, bam, bringing him in at the same time as bringing that other boar in. Dangerous strap for a noob like me, but I managed to pull it off somehow, and then found that I had a sheep anyway. Where's my ally is? Let's see, where's his boar? We've got 1 boar here, and oh, there, boar there as well. So he's got boar there and a boar there. And what's he gonna do? He's got some idle time. Me as well. I had some idle time there on my TC as well. So he's luring his boar in now. He's got a lot of bills on berries. Will he keep it at his mill, or will he go to all the way to his TC? And it's mill. Gosh, with that extra attack against the boar there. Let's take a look at Noob, who again is the strongest player. He's just dropped his boar. He's got a pretty standard build there. 2 lumberjacks. Oh, sorry. 2 lumber camps rather than jacks. He's got 2 woodlines. Bit on berries, main on food. Out of boar. Let's check in with everybody. In fact, what I'm going to do is just do this. And all visible. Check off the fog of war. Let's have a look at orange. Orange not long dropped his boar. He's doing well. Green, let's see, what's he done with his boar? He's going to claim it now. Solid boar law there. Just going to speed it along a little bit. You see me, I'm taking stragglers there, getting housed. Usual noob stuff from me. Disappointing. See, I'm trying to build a wall here. Because I know that orange is up here somewhere. I'm just trying to... I want access to a little bit of stone so I can build some stone walls and such. But yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice these two piles for short-term security. A move which may or may not pay off for you, or depending on your circumstances, I guess. So that's a quick wall there to my, not a quick wall, but it's a wall over by that stone pile there, and I'll try and get some hits in on that on Grey's scout cav. Try and get my way. Ah, I see. There's my 2 sheep, and taken very helpfully by my ally. Decide that because I've got spotted, it's probably best to build the barracks as I'm going up into feudal, even though it's going to cost me wood. Let's take a look at Pink, my ally. So he's got 3 on both stone and gold. How much pop is he at? 28. Oh, that's fair. I mean, you'd see that for someone who's gonna drop a castle in Castle Age, and as you goths, you're gonna want to do that, aren't you? And you also want that second TC, but he's already banking 450 stone, 300 gold. Remember, he only needs to spend 200 gold in the next stage. Whereas me, I've got 3 and 2 because I know I'm gonna need some walls as well. And I spotted this, and I know that it's probably time to start creating spearmen. Start working on trying to wall this bit off here, then realise how big the area is. I definitely don't want to wall myself out of access to this gold, because that would be crucial, as this is quite forward. I say quite forward, it's close to my base, but you'll see as time progresses. So orange has got, where's your stables? Like that, it's got 1 stable. I thought it'd have 2. There's 1 stable and he's coming in. I've tried to do a quick wall here, made a horrible mess of it. The gap was probably too big, to be fair. Decided that I may as well garrison these, try and get them into my base, and then attack them with the spearmen. I'm doing a fair bit of eco. I'm starting to worry over here about over chopping and then letting him in, which obviously I don't want him to do. His TC's here. So my ally has begun building a house wall close to its town centre. Just checking on red. Red's in feudal. He's got an archery range down, a barracks. What's he building here? And a stable. That should give him enough to get up then to Castle Age. I'm guessing. Oh no, he's already gone to Castle Age. Nice. So he's gone to Castle Age. Bam. First player to go to Castle Age. Obviously the strongest player here. He's ahead by a sizable margin. However, his teammate is, what is it? Sort of third to last worst score, if you follow me. I'm sorry to anybody who speaks English as a foreign language, you might not understand that. Or English as a second language, I don't know, whatever you call it nowadays. There was a bit of a move out of desperation there. I decided to trade scouts to my for my bills, and decide I've had enough of him doing this, I'm gonna wall. My economy is in tatters at this point, I believe. I've got plenty of food, but I know that's going to run out soon. And let's go through the teams quickly. So, the bottom score is turquoise, still in Dark Age. This would confuse me if I saw this, if I was attacking. I've never seen houses built like this before, unless it's right at the edge of the map. But it seems to be just taking up a lot of land that could be farming space. And he probably should have maybe put his first farms around his TC. I think maybe he's a new player, so that's probably the case. He's got by far the lowest score. By no means a reflection of him as a player or nor a person, but yeah, his ally he's pretty comfortable. He's doing all right. He's probably a little bit of inefficiency there. He's walling off, spending a lot of time walling off with houses. When he's Byzantines, I suppose that could work. Red's looking good. He's got a second TC up, but not sure about the placement there. I'm getting raided as usual by Orange. Orange is absolutely smashing me, but he finds out that, yeah, my ability is great, but if you get walled in, what's your mobility actually gonna do? And I've got spears walking slowly, really slowly after you really like cavalry. I built a tower here to protect this gold because I figured this is my main gold. I want to protect it. I quickly lock this gate, and boom, he's walled in. He can't go anywhere. And I think it kind of figures this out and chucks all his cavalry away. That's a big investment of food there. What, like the 80 food each? And I've killed probably, you didn't see the start of all that, but I've killed probably 8 or 10 at this point. 8 or 10 scout cavalry, so that's between what, 800 and 600 and something. That's a lot of food to waste. But he is by far the stronger player than me. He's much higher up the list in terms of score. In fact, my score is pretty poor at the moment. I'm falling into the bottom 4, and my ally is doing well. He's got himself a few bits and bobs military-wise. I'm in complete disarray at this point. Decide, you know what? I'm just gonna wall this off, chalk it up to a bad day, and start going down to the south. So I wanted to protect my eco for as long as possible. Because I really wanted to get to a stage where I could start producing samurai and spears. Because I know that Orange was Franks, he's going to love his cavalry there. Spanish, yeah, we got cavalry mounted conquistadors. Kaima, they're cav. Britons are not. Byzantines, they got cav, good cav, and Magyars are cav as well. So I went for the hard counter with the spears. And then we basically enter a long period of not much going on. So it's me turtling up and trying to expand a bit. So we're turtling up. Let's see. Oh, hello. So we got red here and yellow's building a castle there. Here would have been better placement. I think, in my opinion, that's where I'd want to go. Because then, obviously, it protects both of you. I think that's what this is for. These players are far ahead of me at this point. They've got 1, 2, 3 TCs. Guy's putting up a castle. He's got 1, 2 TCs and a castle. He's got 1, 2, 3 TCs. I'm putting my second one up now. My ally has got a castle and a TC. Just 1 TC from turquoise and also 1 from grey. Red's got 3 TCs down with no castle. Oh, he's going for a 4th TC. Excessive use of the TC. Okay, I'll get my second TC up and I'm trying to cure my chronic wood problem. Giggity. So yeah, like I say, long period of not much to comment on in this part. It's just me trying to build my eco up and trying to recover from those raids. Some roads, although they didn't damage me massively, they did destabilize my eco quite a bit. I'll go for a risky TC there. I figure if he's going to attack, if he's strong enough to attack again, he would have already. So I think I make the gamble that I've probably got more military than him. At least if I've got military that counters his military, so I can afford to be a tiny bit more aggressive. So he's got light cavalry. I didn't think he would have that much, to be fair, but I'd probably take that fight. 7 on 9. I don't know how it would end up, but I know he would come off the worst resource-wise. So I put my 3rd TC down there. Getting on some wood chopping to keep my eco afloat. Putting down a second barracks because I'm sure that they're going to come soon. And I wanted to be prepared. I get housed again because, you know, that's me. Let's see, I don't think anybody's fighting anyone yet. These guys have got the shortest market run possible. Well, not possible, but I've ever seen. Let's see. I want to see how much that's actually making them. 3 gold a time. Nice. All good things come in threes, they say. So I've decided to get a bit more aggressive. I thought he'd have definitely seen me with putting that TC down. Why hasn't he done anything about it? Probably because he's weak. Time to turn the screw a bit on him. So I've got a lot of villager idle time there. Decided, well, I might want a siege workshop. This will come in handy for me later, actually. Decide now's a good time to take the relics while it's all nice and quiet. So start building my my priesthood up, getting a holy nation, getting some of them woolalows. And orange basically doesn't react for the longest time against that. He's building some more knights, some more bits and bobs. Ooh, stables, building a couple more stables. So adds like, well, how many stables is that for him now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stables he's gonna have, capable of producing units quite quickly. I have 4 barracks and decide to go on the attack, possibly at the worst possible time where I'm actually weaker than him for a change. Well, not for a change, but in the past sort of few minutes. I decide I'm going to push him anyway. I don't even know where his TC is at this point. I'll show you what I'm seeing. I don't know where his TC is. Oh wait, yeah I do. Oh god, I guess I wasn't aware all game. That's how bad I am. Yeah, so I decide I'm not going to push him too hard. I'm just going to see what he's got, and I want to draw whatever he's got into my castle so I can get a few extra kills. Trade a bit better, a bit higher efficiency. What I didn't know was he didn't have a castle down here. I could have quite easily pushed in and done some proper damage on him because he's only got cavalry. I've got a sizable force of pikes and I've got a ram. I'm sure I was building another one. Yeah, I should have brought that into play. But I get kind of confused here. I don't know what to do. The castle's going to go up, and I decide to attack the castle with everything. And because my ram's the slowest thing going, it's like, guys, let me. Oh no, I've got there, but I've got no health left. And yeah, I was like, got really annoyed with this, really frustrated. Thought, flipping heck, I've lost everything, and I didn't even notice what happened here. I just looked back a few minutes later or whatever, and well, a few seconds later, and found that I'd somehow managed to push him away from his castle. I had a run, I should have gone, I should have built more, I should have just smashed him. I should just mauled him. And this is the time I realised that, oh, right, I did alright there. And that's the second wave I'm fighting. Build another TC down here. So I want that gold. And it doesn't look like, it looks very peaceful. Oh, wait, no. Green's attacking yellow. And I think yellow actually was the first to resign in this game, as memory serves. I've got, sorry, I'm not trolling you, I put it on half speed by mistake. So he's got a pretty cool, pretty decent force there. And he's just really doing some quite nasty damage there with his conquistadors. So yeah, now you see the beginnings of my problem. I'm not in Imperial Age like basically everybody else. I'm in Castle Age and they've got Imperial Age units and I'm about to pay heavy. I noticed that I'm getting trebbed, get housed again, you know. It's kind of tradition at this point. and I'm starting to build on, well, trying to build onagers, but you know, shot myself in the foot. So yeah, while I'm getting trebbed down, I send a little force forward, attack the barracks, realise I'm an idiot, attack the house, it's probably got less HP. Yeah, it's got less HP by far, and decide, oh no, all my troops are getting killed by the skirms. Yeah, probably lost my castle at this point. Really disappointed. But here's something that's crucial happened. He didn't press his advantage. I'm on my knees at this point. I haven't got a castle. I'm housed. I haven't got much military to speak of. And I think it was fear of the pointy boys which made him not press his advantage there. Either that or he didn't want to be attacked on two fronts. You can see Red's now getting involved over on that flank. And Grey's looking pretty strong and menacing here on Red's flank as well. Red's got a tough time ahead of him here. He's got an army of petards, and please don't blow him into units, please. Oh, he's going for the castle. He's going for the castle. Is he going to make it? No, he's not going to make it. He's thrown basically shitloads of, food and gold at the wall of the castle. He should be pressing his advantage here. It's not happening. They're just going to repair the wall. I'm like, oof, I'm in for it. Better start expanding away from him. At some point I do this. Oh, here we go. The move is occurring. So I decide I'm going away from him. I know there's a bit of gold down here. I'm going to try and exploit that. Maybe wall this off. Meanwhile, Green's got the upper hand again on here. But it's soon to be sawed off by some longbows and some spears. I'm getting attacked again. He's got a huge army now. Well, huge in comparison to mine. Which stands at 4 spears. Yep. Oh, 5 spears. 6, 7 spears. Yep, there we go. I build a safe market. One way he doesn't have to come into my base and open up these holes in my in the walls through the gates and let people in. But then I decide, oh, hang on, I'm expanding up here anyway, so I finally get into Imperial Age, and what do I do? I get wheelbarrow. Extremely aggressive play there. Getting wheelbarrow. Let's have a look at what's happening over here. So Orange, this is why Orange probably didn't press his advantage. He saw all these elephants. Elephants are quite scary to come up against, especially if you don't have spears. And seen as most people had picked cavalry civilizations, I don't know why more people didn't pick spears. I barely saw any spears right until the last bit of the game. I saw a little bit of spears, and that was it. Show me your spears, gentlefolk. Show me your spears. I love them. Good lads. Every pointy boy. So now I'm starting to build up, sending these somewhere. I don't know where. To work on expanding my economy. I decide that I've done alright so far. May as well just go all in eco, and then see what I can do at the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, sort of mid to late Imperial. Normally I like to go aggressive with Japanese, but couldn't hack it. Couldn't hack it in this game. I got took off my feet so early doors by Red. That's just me flagging my market to my ally. My ally's got a tablet-shaped base whose walls are made out of houses. Nice bit of villager idle there for me. Why not? And this is where my score starts to creeping up. now that I've got a little bit of military, got a couple of castles down, got 1, 2, 3, 4 town centres going. Starting to expand now. Take that corner. Got a few relics. They're earning me a bit of gold. No, I've got one relic. I'm gonna claim that one eventually. Right, okay. Let's speed it on a bit. Or should we have a look over here? Big push here. Oh, those skirmishers are doing nothing. They are doing nothing. And really, even with the hill bonus, the conquistadors are not doing enough damage. You need pointy boys. They're getting pressured by red. Red's threatening in here. Grey's just being a nuisance. He's still in Castle Age, still making petards. I mean, you could have gone up to Imperial Age for basically the price of those petards, mate. Things are getting spicy down here. He's allowed his conquistadors to get into touching range of pointy boys. Never a good idea. Oof, oof, oof. Look at that. Destruction. Look at that unit comp. You got, what is it? Arbs, longbows, pikes, and two-handed swordsmen, man. What you got, I'll counter it all. But not enough pointy boys. And your armor mean jack to these conquistadors, mate. Okay. So I'm not sure what Orange is up to actually. He's building paladins. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit more focusing on Orange because you know he's the closest enemy to me. At this point, my ally gives me a shout and says, "I've got a hell of a lot of elite huskars ready to go. Send me a couple of trebs. We'll put the pressure on Orange." At this point, my ally hasn't actually got attacked by, I don't think, anyone at this point. So they've left them alone. They've left a Goth player alone, and that's usually pretty flipping dangerous. So we decided to go in here. We've got the support up here with the spiky boys. A couple of onagers for his skirms, because I know he's had skirms. I know he loves his cav, so I've got some hard counters there for him. Let me hard counter you. Who misses? Usually the thrown axemen, if there's enough of them, they trade pretty well against huskars. My ally gets a little too eager and decides he wants to take on all that cavalry by himself. Then decides it's a bad idea. But watch this for timing. Watch this for timing. I bring my mangonels in and don't make me wait for it too long. Boom. Onager. Researched. Onager is researched. What can you tell me? Boom. Devastating shot there. And then they're running into pikes as well while getting the castle treb. Orange must be throwing an absolute paddy right now. Let's have a look if I get on a view lock for him. This is so dodgy. So yeah, he's looking down here. He's got his little rat hole there. He's gonna come in behind, and he's gonna take out my onagers because I'm an absolute noob. So take the view lock off again. My trebs are still alive. He's gone quite far in. He's gone deep. He's going deep. Bit like a sub. Boom. I get in there, realise it's actually pretty hairy. I don't know if we're going to hold on to that. Pink being an absolute hero, going around just taking out eco. I'm trying to desperately hold on to my trebuchet while it starts knocking down the stables, because I don't think I can take these at this moment. He's got... Come on, let me... No. He's got a lot of paladins, and I've not got a lot of spears. And he's constantly producing out of these three as well, so it's imperative I take him down. I should have brought them two up a bit quicker. I was more concentrating on getting more of those pikes out. Some more pointy boys, because pointy boys. Got a few farms going, 32. He's got 23 bills on gold, 29 on wood, and I can't find any stones, so that's out of the question. But here we are witnessing the slow and agonizing death. Oh wait, yellow's tapped. Yellow tap doing all of this. I wonder why. Because it looks pretty promising for red. Red looks like he's doing his thing, and it looks like another suicide ball for grey coming up. I can't see what he's actually been doing. I can't see really any ground that he's taken, any resources he's taken all game. This guy's tilted up pretty nice. It looks nice and square. Oh, look at that, he's got towers everywhere. Oh, I say towers everywhere. Towers on the gate, that's pretty cool. 10 out of 10 for making it look historical. At this point we're getting pretty confident. Yeah, orange has now capitulated, and so is green. It looked pretty bad for green anyway. And orange, yeah, orange was dead. We basically made too much of an impact in him there. Okay, so that leaves us with red, grey, and turquoise. As we've already said, I think red is probably the strongest player. He's got interesting unit comps, which can hard counter quite a lot of what you can bring. But I think his downfall here is he's been annoyed by grey all game. These have been attacking these houses all game. Imagine what that does to you, listening to it over and over and over and over again. It's like an annoying mosquito. Look at the score difference. He could add their scores together and they wouldn't make his score. He's by far and out the strongest player. But red makes bad decisions. Red is making a bad decision. He's letting his pride get in the way. He should be concentrating if he wants to win, which is unlikely because he's by himself. He should be pressuring me or pink, blue or pink. Instead, he's going for grey and turquoise. And here comes the unit comp. I guess with a composition like red has got, you have to be quite accurate with your clicking. You want them to attack. You want to get them spears out of the way real quick, because they're all mixed in anyway. So there isn't much chance that you're going to be able to pick one off without taking much damage from another unit. But yeah, I guess it adds difficulty there. And he's got arbs, and oh no, he's not got any arbs left. He's got longbows and longsword, 200 swords, and some elite skirms. He decides to have a little poke around, see what's going on in grey. And grey has got 5 castles guarding one flank, his left flank. I guess it never occurred to him that somebody could come in through this side or through his ally. Me and Pink are currently discussing like what we're going to do next time. I think we should go for red before he gets too powerful, because he's a strong player. He's obviously a strong player. We think there's probably a chance that he could take us both out unless we attack him. Unless we take him out now, because we kind of surmised at this point that red was fighting grey and turquoise. I didn't realise he was just fighting grey the whole time. Turquoise, have you got any military? He's got 22 military. 22 military. at this stage in the game. It's an hour and 13 minutes in. I don't think anybody's attacked him. That's one of my scout cavs sending it in to have a look, because I still don't know what's going on the map. We're only surmising what's happening. I'll show you my visibility. Boom. As much as I've seen, and I get a little bit of intel on yellow, but then realise that yellow's dead. Then I spot red. So I've told my ally, that's turquoise, that's red. And I'm just going to hurry this along, I'm going to put it back on all visible again. And red's really not pushing it, even though he's obviously clearly he's going to go for them. He's not really pushing it at the moment. I wonder why that is. He's got barely any gold, that could be one. Should be spending more on siege probably. But yeah, you definitely need at least 3 or 4 trebuchets for that bit. If you know that that's there, you're gonna need that many. I mean, I'm bringing 4. I actually intended as well to take this and put a castle on it to make some more trebuchets if I need them. But 4 is like the minimum you want to attack with. See, I knew that Reds were Britain, so brought the onagers with, and decided to start making light cav, close that distance down and getting in amongst them. I knew we had skirms as well. Pinks doing what Goths do and just flooding. Flooding everybody with Huskars. Send my cav to support. Oh, and it couldn't have happened at a more inopportune time. He's starting to take out Grey. Very inefficiently, but he's taking out Grey, I guess. And just as he's doing that, excuse me, and just as he's doing that, I happen to come by with some cavalry and take out his trap. Notice my numbers start to get a little short. Start building, rebuilding. And poor Red, he's been attacked on all sides pretty much since the start of the game. And yeah. It's just horrible to go down like that. It's horrible to go down on the end of a husk spam, especially when they've got an ally with him. I've been on the receiving end, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do. At this point, it's over. I mean, all these losses are completely expendable. I can do all of them. I can just remake all of them. Stole Orange's farms there. 14 idle villagers. Pro move. Pro move. $17 now. Taking out his market, stopping trading. I know he's got quite a bit of a force up here somewhere. I do. I didn't realise it was Yellow's TC that was protecting him. Wow, that's smart. I mean, there's no real way anybody could actually hit back at me now. I've got All my base is basically partitioned. You take one, I can take another. I can get rid of that. It doesn't really matter. I'll just have what I got here. I can build out from here. Me and Pink now are just in an insurmountable lead. Pink's really racking up that score with those kills and the destruction of property. Grey and Turquoise quite happy to be just, I don't know, isolationist, some would say diplomatically. People that are hostile to him may call it cowardly. But I've been there as a newer player. I've been scared to advance in these kinds of situations because looking at the score difference, it's like, who do I attack? You know, you just don't know. I think there's been a few situations where I have attacked just the highest player and realised that the highest player was actually in the position that Red is in now, which is, yeah, I've got a lot of score, but ultimately I'm dead. So I lost quite a lot of troops there to that. And I'm like, damn it. I was hoping to coast the rest of the game. I don't know what's happening over here. I'd sent them somewhere for some reason. Unbeknownst to me. Now I start to rebuild my army. Start spotting those resources. Bam. Got my forward castle. Well, I say forward, it's in the middle of the map. Got my castle down. I got my villas back on it and back to work. Let's get everybody back to work. Now from here it just becomes a bit of a slugfest. It's just try and bait them out towards his Huskars, but he's too clever for that. He's a good player, Red. Obviously a good player. I think also Orange and Green were good players. Just the way these 2v2v2v2s pan out sometimes, it's just there's nothing you can do. If you're getting attacked by two different teams on both sides, you're screwed basically. That's the long and short of it. I'm just doing damage while I roll my trebs up. I know I said fight before, but that flashes to say that we're going to start massing here now for an attack on Turquoise or Grey. Because we know Red's dead player and he's resigned. Okay, so now we turn our attention to, drum roll please, Grey or Turquoise. So that, I'm not sure what that was about. That could have been me or my ally just pointing out like what the hell. That's my ally pointing out that he's got a group going around. He's for some reason exploring Red's base and he's unawares that I'm trying to exploit every last bit of resource on the map to keep my eco going. Not that it needs to be. I could probably coast to the end of the game with the resources I have. But luckily, I got these just in time over to where they needed to be. I didn't realise the army was that big. That was a big army. But we both begin the attack now. Got my light cav in there. Start moving my spears in. Start taking the gold from there. Pull my light cav back to protect my trebs until my spears get there. Let's speed this up a little bit. Gray's producing as hard as he can, but what can you do? I don't think you can do much against what we got. Spears, Huskars, Trebs, Lightcav. There isn't really much you can do. Mangonels maybe. And then some pointy boys of your own to protect them. Archers. But is there eco in the state to produce these? No. They're not in the state to produce these. How many farmers has Turquoise got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 farms. Late Imperial, 22 farms. Don't see anything on gold. Just look at that. Look at the power and destruction of the Goths. My Trebs can't even keep up. I decided, oh, he can handle that by himself. And I start trebbing down everything else with this one. Gray's tapped, and now we just gotta wait for Turquoise. And I don't think Turquoise does tap until really far later on than it needed to be anyway. He could have tapped now. I'm building champions. My ally gives it the GG. And my ally's done extremely well there. I mean, it's almost a carry. And that's the end of it. That is all she wrote. Let's go and check the stats. Okay, so let's have a look. Military units killed. Pink by far. I'm sort of middle of the road. Third highest. Let's see. Units lost. I've lost 267 versus. You know, that's not too bad. That's second lowest. I also had 148 as my army high, which is the second highest. But let's not doubt Pink's ability here. Units killed 1038. That's a 400 more than the nearest player to him, which would be considered the strongest player. Units lost, very respectable 483. Buildings raised 443. It's like every unit that got killed by Neri took a building with him. And largest army, him again with 179, very well done. Food collected 65,000. That is incredible. I got it's 61, maybe not that incredible. 61,000 wood for red Lubu. And yeah, that's by far and away the highest. Nearly 12,000 more than me. It's actually over 12,000 more than me. Then we go to stone. That's nearly 6,000 for me. The nearest one to that was turquoise with 4.5. That's not bad. 32,000. I think I snatched that That's quite a lot. You could add the amount of gold that turquoise and grey got as a team, and it wouldn't equal what I have. Yeah, and the same with yellow and red as well. To be honest, flipping heck, that's okay. And trade profit, green and orange. By the looks of it, far away. But blue again, there's done very well. Pink, Neri's done very well there. Technology, let's have a look. Fastest feudal, orange, no surprise there, he rushed me. Let's see, fastest castle age, red, no real qualms with that one, to be honest with you. Britons like to get into castle age nice and early, especially on these kind of maps. And imperial age was yellow. I wonder if that broke him going to imperial age, because he was the first one to tap. Okay, let's go to society. Total castles, me, 7. Boom. What can you tell me? Relics captured 3 by me. That's 4,000 gold for me. That's not bad. I think that's the most relics I've sort of captured in this kind of game. Villager High goes to red, Lubu with 129. So that's all folks, as they say in Warner Brothers, I think. Yeah, thank you for joining me for another episode of A Noob Plays AoE. Thank you to my ally on this one, he did exceptionally well. And thank you to Le Chien de Talus, Le Chat de la Fosse, Jibril Nombril, Lubu, Neri, Vizneki, and Fehu. Thank you very much. And like and subscribe.